Welcome to Barcelona, where the laws of economics go to die. It is 2026, and the legendary Camp Nou has been rebuilt into a futuristic cathedral of glass and steel. But look closer. This isn't just a stadium, it's the world's most beautiful crime scene. Under the flickering neon lights of the Spotify logo, Joan Laporta stands like a high-stakes magician performing a trick that should be impossible. How can a club that owes billions still buy the world's most expensive stars? How can they sell their future for 25 years just to pay for a world-class striker's lunch today? In Barcelona, they don't have a budget. They have magic levers. They aren't just playing football. They are performing a financial seance, summoning money out of thin air while the rest of the world waits for the collapse that never comes. Is it genius? Or is it the most expensive hallucination in history? Grab your popcorn and hold on to your wallet, because at Barca, more than a club now means more than a bankruptcy. The ghost registrations, buying without paying. Step into the administrative offices of Barcelona, and you'll find a room filled with more smoke and mirrors than a Vegas magic show. This is the realm of the ghost registrations, a place where a player can sign a $60 million contract, kiss the badge, and hold the shirt, but legally doesn't exist in the eyes of La Liga. In the world of Joan Laporta, buying a player is the easy part. Activating them is like trying to install a pirated software on a computer that's constantly running an antivirus scan. By 2026, Barca has turned the La Liga financial fair play rules into a game of creative accounting that would make a tax haven jealous. The strategy is simple, yet terrifying. They buy world-class talent with money they haven't actually received yet, then wait for a miracle. Sometimes that miracle is selling 15% of a studio that produces documentaries nobody watches. Other times, it's the injury loophole, a dark art where a player's long-term injury becomes a financial blessing, allowing the club to use their salary space to register a new signing. It's the only place on earth where a doctor's note is as valuable as a bank loan. The players themselves become Schrödinger's footballers. They are both on the team and not on the team at the same time. You see them training, you see them in the Instagram posts, but until the lever is pulled at 11:59 p.m. on deadline day, they are just expensive tourists in training kits. We've seen stars like Dani Olmo and the new wave of 2026 signings sitting in the stands, looking at the pitch with the longing of a man watching a buffet through a locked window. The absurdity has reached a peak where the club is essentially buying luxury cars without having a garage to put them in or even a license to drive them. They promised the world to agents and players, fueled by the sheer audacity of the Barcelona brand. It's a high-stakes game of financial chicken with La Liga president Javier Tebas. Laporta bets that the league won't let its biggest stars sit out, while Tebas waits with a calculator and a frown. It's not just a transfer market, it's a hostage situation where the ransom is paid in future TV rights and soul-crushing debt, all to ensure that the show goes on for one more season. Spotify Camp Nou, the temple of commercials. Welcome to the new Spotify Camp Nou, a stadium that no longer smells like grass and history, but like high-speed data and premium subscriptions. In 2026, the Temple of Catalan Identity has been fully digitized, rebranded, and uploaded to the cloud. It is a masterpiece of modern engineering, built with money the club hasn't earned yet, standing as a monument to the ultimate sacrifice, the sale of a name to save a legacy. As you walk through the glowing neon gates, you realize this isn't just a place to watch football. It's a physical manifestation of a streaming algorithm. The iconic Mes que un club motto is still there, but now it feels like it has a sponsored by tag attached to it. The grass is perfect. The seats are ergonomic. And the Wi-Fi is faster than a Lamine Yamal sprint, but every corner of this concrete giant is screaming for your attention and your credit card. The stadium has become a giant smart device, a billion-dollar billboard where the air itself feels like it's being monetized. The irony is thick enough to choke on. On the pitch, players are fighting for the crest, while above them, giant LED screens flicker with advertisements for podcasts you'll never listen to and playlists designed to distract you from the crushing debt behind the walls. There are rumors that the VIP boxes are no longer for local legends, but for tech executives who measure success in monthly active users rather than goals. Even the roar of the crowd has to compete with the crisp, high-definition audio of a Spotify ad break during VAR checks. But this is the price of survival in the modern era. To stay at the top, Barcelona didn't just pull financial levers, they pulled the lever on their own identity. They turned their home into a global content hub, a neon-lit sanctuary where the ghost of Johan Cruyff has to navigate through a sea of QR codes and digital merchandise stands. It's a temple, yes, but the gods being worshipped here aren't just wearing football boots, they are wearing headsets and holding quarterly earnings reports. The Spotify Camp Nou is the most beautiful, expensive, and high-tech compromise in the history of sports, proving that in 2026, even a soul can be leased if the interest rates are right. La Masia versus the debt, the human shield. Deep within the heart of Catalonia lies La Masia, once a farm for legends, now the world's most expensive insurance policy. In 2026, the strategy of Barcelona has reached its final, most desperate form, using teenagers as human shields against a mountain of debt. While other clubs buy stars to win trophies, Barca produces children to save the bank accounts. Every time a new lever fails to click, a 16-year-old is summoned from the dormitory, handed a heavy shirt, and told, "Go out there and play like you don't realize we owe $1.5 billion. It is a beautiful, terrifying spectacle. We watch Lamine Yamal and Pau Cubarsí dance through defenders with the joy of youth but look closer at the shadows. These kids aren't just carrying the ball. They say they are carrying the interest rates of 100 bad decisions. They are the gold mine that keeps the creditors at bay. When a bank calls to ask about the missing payments, Joan Laporta doesn't show them a spreadsheet. He shows them a TikTok of a 17-year-old's nutmeg. And somehow, it works. The market value of the youth becomes the collateral for the next loan, a cycle of talent being pawned to pay for the sins of the past. The irony is as sharp as a surgical knife. La Masia was built on the philosophy of Johan Cruyff, to play beautiful football for the sake of the game. Now it operates like a high-stakes lottery. Each Wonder Kid is a winning ticket that allows the club to breathe for one more month. They are taught to master the tiki-taka in the morning and probably how to dodge a tax auditor in the afternoon. At Barcelona, training now includes learning how to handle the pressure of being the only asset that isn't currently mortgaged to a private equity firm. It is the human shield strategy. As long as the world is enchanted by the magic of the next new Messi, they won't look too closely at the burning balance sheets behind the curtain. These teenagers are the distraction, the bright, shining stars that keep us from noticing that the stadium they are playing in is technically owned by a group of banks and a music streaming app. They are the bravest children in sports, playing a game of football while simultaneously acting as the last line of defense for a billion-dollar illusion that refuses to die. In the end, Barcelona remains the ultimate paradox of modern football. They are a club that owns everything and nothing at the same time. While the accountants scream in terror and the banks hold the keys to the stadium, the magic on the pitch refuses to fade. They are not just more than a club, they are the world's most beautiful risk, a billion-dollar illusion fueled by the belief that greatness can be borrowed until it is earned again. Will the levers hold, or will the Spotify Camp Nou become a monument to a fallen empire? Only time will tell. But for now, the magician continues his act, and the children of La Masia keep dancing on the edge of the abyss. Because at Barca, the show must go on, even if the stage is leased and the lights are paid for by the future. What do you think? Is Laporta a genius or a gambler? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, or you might find your own future sold as a financial lever. See you in the next breakdown.